Cloud. There we go. Welcome, everybody. My name is Robert Kennedy, and I am your history instructor. And you all can see my screen with the a journey of empowerment through experience, knowledge, all of that. Everybody, can someone give me a thumbs up for that? You can see this. Okay, cool. Yeah. Just want to make sure. I did that last in an earlier orientation, was not sharing my screen the whole time, and that makes it difficult. So yeah, I'm your instructor. I'm Robert Kennedy. I've been teaching at South Texas College for the last 20 years. And happy to do so. It's my home. I'm from Northern California, but yeah, I've lived in the Rio Grande Valley since I've been teaching here and have come to call this place my home. So very passionate about teaching this course and being able to deliver this content to students that can't make it to this campus. Um, so here we go. Let me just begin by letting first and foremost explaining that the approach to grades in this course is novel. Make sure you understand that as quickly as possible. You're gonna like the way it's presented. It's called bundling. And the benefit to you as a student is the the criteria to earn an A, B, or a C is going to be incredibly transparent. It's a little bit mysterious when you're offered a course with percentages or points, right? So you usually, and I taught like this for a number of years, you mark quizzes to be whatever, 10% of your grade. Um, some sort of writing assignment to be 20%, the midterm to be 50%, whatever, right? And then you have to do the math to figure out what everything is worth in relation to the letter grade you intend to earn. What you're able to do in this course and a bundled course is from the get-go, you decide what letter grade you want to earn for the semester. And I'll show you in just a second here what it takes for the entire semester to earn a C, to earn a B, and to earn an A, right? So um, let's take a look at all of that, right? So, and I'll show us in Blackboard what this all looks like in just a little bit, but I wanted to give us a bird's eye view before we get started, right? So the core tier is the C. You're going to complete American Yop audiobooks. The American Yop is our textbook, and it's delivered through audiobooks. And they're interactive, right? You'll be listening to the audiobook. They're posted on YouTube, but you'll be listening to the text and you'll be responding to questions um, when the questions pop up within the audiobook. So you can, and then in addition to that, there are chapter quizzes, and that's for chapters 14 through 26. And then there are what's referred to as 5 event college community connection projects, um, which I'll explain later, but it's either you can attend through Zoom my live classes or go to events sanctioned by South Texas College. And I'll give you more details in that. To earn a B in this course, you do everything for a C, which is completing the American Yop audiobooks and the chapter quizzes. The deeper level, the deeper dives, which are within the course, and I'll show you that in a second. 2 group projects, which because this is an online class, you can do by yourself. But if you'd like to work with other people in this course, you could work with up to 3 people. Um, and then 10 event connection projects. To earn an A in this course, you do everything for a C and a B, plus not textual analysis. That was from last semester. I'll change that. They're in Blackboard. They're referred to as creative writing assignments. I got rid of the textual analysis. I think you'll like the creative writing assignments a little bit better. It's less analytical. 3 group projects and 12 event projects. All right. So this is basically going through it, and I'll go through this in Blackboard. It's going to be a little bit easier to understand. Um, what I want to bring to our attention in this bird eye view are the due dates. So really pay attention to this to save yourself unnecessary stress. Uh, those are the due dates for each bundle. Think of bundles as units. So bundle 1 is due September 24th, bundle 2, October 25th, bundle 3, November 12th, Bundle 4, December 3rd. That is specifically applying to the assignments that are required to earn a C for each bundle. And again, I'll show you this in Blackboard so it makes a little bit more sense in just a little bit. Um, if you don't, I'm going to bug you. And there will be some docking as far as tokens are concerned, which I will explain in just a little bit. And tokens are an incentive primarily to submit your assignments in early, and then you can use those tokens to get out of assignments, major assignments in this course. Um, so I put this requirement in there for the C because, especially in an online course, it happens all the time. You're well intended, you log in quite a bit, you think you're doing the assignments, um, but you're since it's online, since you're not in class, you can't raise your hand in real time. You're just making assumptions, and you don't realize that you're missing quite a few assignments. So this is where I, as your instructor, are going to be very proactive to make sure that these deadlines are met. Now, what you're going to see in Blackboard, those deadlines applied to the assignments required for a B and to an A. Although I would recommend trying to get those assignments done by those deadlines, you do not have to get the assignments for a B and an A completed by those deadlines. You have basically until December 3rd to complete the assignments required for a B and an A. But you are required to get the assignments done for a C by those deadlines. Just to give you a little bit more time and room to put a little more quality of your effort and dedication to those B or A assignments. But again, I recommend trying to get as close to those deadlines as possible so you don't snowball yourself at the end of the semester with the assignments for a B or an A. And I'll talk about the early incentives and the penalty for a C when we get to Blackboard. Um, and let's go to Blackboard because it'll make a little more sense there. I just want to give you a bird's eye view of it. So here's the course. You guys all see the course? Yeah, I see the little green box around there, so you guys see it. Okay, let me know if you're not seeing the course though. Um, Primarily, what you want to communicate through is this pronto message, not this message thing. I mean, I will respond if you send me a message there, but what you risk is there are going to be times where I don't log into this course for maybe a couple of days, especially over the weekend. And you have a quick question. When is this due? I can't find this assignment. I need clarification. I don't, whatever. And so when you send me a message, the assumption is you want to hear back from me as quickly as possible. I don't get these messages in real time. Pronto is an application that you can download to your phone, and I highly recommend doing it. Right, so you get my messages to you in real time, and then in turn, I get your messages in real time to me since I have the application on my phone. Um, I tend to get back to students fairly quickly that message me on Pronto. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I might be a little slow because I teach pretty much all day on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But message me anyway. Doesn't matter. Message me late at night, 2 in the morning. I don't care. Message me anytime you need to. Students are very polite. I will be turning off my camera. Sure, no problem. Thanks, Marie. Students are very polite. They will respond and tell me, I'm so sorry to disturb you in the middle of the night. That's not a problem. I'm an old man, so I go to bed around 9 or 10 at the latest. And I turn this thing off at night. So message me, and when I get up in the morning, I will see your message in Pronto, and I will respond back to you as quickly as possible. If I don't respond back to you within 24 hours, even less than 24 hours, within a day, I will not consider it rude or pushy if you send your message again to me. If I'm not responding to you back within a day, something went wrong. I either got buried in messages and just missed yours. It is technology, so sometimes it fails. You sent it, but it didn't get to me. I meant to get back to you, but I just didn't, right? None of that is my intention, though. My intention is to respond back to you as quickly as possible. So if need be, send your message again. I will not consider it rude or pushy. I will appreciate it and respond back to you as soon as I'm able to. Okay, I will get back to this EDCM opportunity in just a second. Um, Now, this is where this orientation is going to be housed. There's going to be a sign-in sheet later. You guys don't need to do the orientation assignment. So don't worry about the orientation that's housed in there. Um, After this orientation is recorded and processed, this bundle will no longer be available. However, once I'm able to, I will mark complete for the orientation, and then you guys that are here in this Zoom call will have access to bundle one. But for those that aren't at the Zoom call, just so you understand the course expectations and the structure of it, you need to do the orientation so you can get access to bundle one. So let's take a look, and I'll go over this in just a second too. But let's first take a look at how the course is structured. We're just going to take a look at bundle one because the rest of the bundles are organized the exact same way. And then as I'm going forward too, feel free. I got the chat right in front of me in the middle screen here, or you can turn on your mic if you need me to clarify something or you have a question. And it would be very helpful to people that are going to watch this recording later, because if you have that question, they're probably going to have that question too. Okay, so you open this up. The first thing you want to do is click this link right here, Bundle 1 class, this criteria link right here. This lets you know what you need to do for Bundle 1 for a C, Bundle 1 for a B, Bundle 1 for an A, right? So you need to earn a complete for those assignments that I just highlighted in the document. And earn a complete, that's what you're going to see in the grade book. There are no points, there are no percentages, there are no grades in this class. It's either complete or not complete. And on the back end, what that means is that every assignment you're required to earn an 80%. If you don't earn an 80%, what you'll see in the grade book is a not complete. And then you're able to do these assignments multiple times, and so you can earn a complete. And I'll go through that in just a second when we get back into Blackboard. You complete these assignments right here. For the B, you earn a complete for bundle 1 for a B. For the A, bundle 1 for an A, the creative writing assignment, everything for a C and a B. Okay, excellent. Let's move on to what it looks like to do these assignments. So first thing to take note of is bundle 1 for a C, about a 4-hour time commitment. And it is due as it's indicated here, September 24th. So that's the deadline for the entire bundle, right? I would like you to get everything done if you're intending to earn above a C by the 24th, but where you're going to hear from me is on the 24th, right? If you don't earn it for a C. These assignments for a B and an A, you have beyond the 24th. This right here, you have until the 24th. Now, 4 hours would be a lot to begin if you began on September 22nd or the 23rd or the 24th. It's not a lot of time if you begin today, right? Begin today. If you only have 10 minutes today, begin today, right? Maybe tomorrow you have a half an hour, right? The next day you only have 15 minutes, right? You see what I'm saying? It builds upon itself. And so 4 hours from here to the 24th is just a little bit at a time each day to the best of your ability, right? So let's open up bundle 1. And then what you see here is chapter 14, chapter 15, chapter 16, and chapter 17. That's the entirety of bundle 1 for a C for bundle 1. All right, let's look at chapter 14 real quick. And then right here, this isn't required to go through this, but I do recommend it. Let's see, it was having problems loading earlier, but let's see if that's been resolved. It's still looking like it's a problem. So it's a temporary glitch. Not too much of an issue, but it'll probably be working later. I recommend printing that out once it works, because what is required for this part of bundle 1 for a C is this audiobook right here. Now, if that link ends up not working for some reason for some time, The transcripts to the audiobook are right here. And what I would recommend either printing out that linked chapter once it's working, or you could just do this, copy the whole thing and then paste it to a document. You're going to want to do that for this because it'll pause if you scroll down. Um, no, you don't need to buy a textbook. There is no textbook to purchase for this course. Good question. Copy and paste that and you put it into a Word document. I recommend doing this. Um, I don't know how old you guys are all out there. I'm assuming many of you are younger than me. I was born before the internet was a thing. So for the first, I wasn't really till 24, 25, the internet was a thing. Um, I remember reading. I was bored, so I would read a book. Lots of people did that. I get paid to read today, right? I have to keep up on the material. Um, but my mind is probably as fractured as yours are with all of the screens, right? It's very difficult to read or to listen at this either one. So if you read and listen at the same time, at least for me, that locks me in. Now I'm paying attention. So whenever I'm reading a book, I always purchase the audiobook and I do both at the same time. So what you're going to do to earn credit for chapter 14 is you're going to push play.
They rebuild their governments, economies, and so.
So you'll be listening to the text, and if you see these circles right here, as the cursor, you can't fast forward, but as the cursor keeps progressing, a pop-up will happen within this window, and you respond to the questions until you get to the end of this thing here. Now, this kind of goes back to do what you can when you can. So if you only have 10 minutes today or tomorrow, this will leave off where you left off. So if you get to the cursor to about right here, and then you come back to it tomorrow, it'll start right there for you. You just have to respond to all of these questions as they pop up. And make sure you're in front of your screen when that's happening, because if the cursor goes and you don't see the question, well, you'll miss it. When you're done with the audiobook, then you'll take this little quiz here and respond to the questions. And then real important here. Once you've completed the course, which is the audiobook, and this quiz, then you need to click summary and submit. And then you need to click submit report. If you don't do that, it's an easy fix. You just have to go back and do it. But if you don't do that, if you earn a complete, that will not be recorded to the grade book. And so when students get really worried, and rightfully so, that, hey, I did that entire assignment and the grade book still says not complete, 9.9 times out of 10, that's the issue. So make sure you do those two steps so it records to the grade book, so your grade book reflects that. Okay. It's easier when you print out and read along for me. Yeah, definitely, Maria. I agree with you. It's helps with focus. So when you're done with the interactive book, then you will take this quiz here. It looks different on your end. I'm in instructor mode, but there are 10 questions, 2 attempts, and 10-minute time limit. Now, if you need more than 2 attempts, no problem. There's avenues to get more attempts, which I'll explain in a little bit. Okay. And so the rest of the chapters are organized the exact same way. These release conditions, all that means is you've got to earn a complete on this chapter 14 quiz for chapter 15 to open up, right? So be aware of that. So once you complete chapters 14, 15, 16, and 17, what you'll want to do is go to the gradebook. And it might look a little different to you, but pay attention to this column here, bundle 1 for a C. Once that says complete, then you've earned a complete for bundle 1 for a C, right? And if your intention is just to earn a C in this course, then you can move on to bundle 2. If your intention is to earn a B, then you can move on to bundle 1 for a B. And so once you do earn a complete for bundle 1 for a C, bundle 1 for a B will open up. And you'll have these 3 folders to go through: Reconstruction, Soul of the Indian, and Mother Jones. So I'll just open up Reconstruction. They're interactive books, not audiobooks, but they're documentaries that you'll be watching. followed by a quiz. The interactive books, whether they are from the textbook or a documentary, you have unlimited attempts. You can take them as many times as you need to. For the quiz, again, you have 2 attempts. If you need more attempts, there's ways of getting more attempts, which again, I'll explain in a little bit. And then if your intention is to earn an A in this course, you're going to want to complete the creative writing assignment. And so here's the instructions. I'm not going to go through it too much, but it's not an essay. It is, as it intends, it's a creative writing assignment. Now, what you're doing is you're going to choose one of these formats. It could be a fictional story or short story. It'd be a correspondence, a letter, right? From a historical perspective. A journal entry, again, from a historical perspective, or a poem, right? The word count is right here, 750 to 1,000 words. Um, the thing that I'm most looking for beyond just the quality of your story, if it makes sense, if it's a good story, I'm not going to grade you if it's a good story or a bad story, but if it's coherent and I can read through it and I can enjoy it. What I'm mostly looking for is your references. So um, now pay attention to this. This is real important. You have to have four what are referred to as secondary sources. Secondary sources are the textbook, a documentary, right? That's a secondary source. A primary source is is a historical artifact from the time period you're studying, like a journal, a newspaper clipping, a speech. And so you want to make reference to that throughout your story. Now, it's going to be you're going to be typing. Pay attention to this because sometimes this catches students by surprise. You're not uploading a document to the assignment link. You're going to be typing your response in real time through a proctored assignment link. Um, so a couple of things there. One, you want to prepare your response ahead of time and then just type your response in the submission window. Now, since you're typing your response in the submission window, I'm not requiring MLA or anything like that. But what you want to do when you reference is here's an example. So let's say you're referencing, this would be for bundle 4. You're doing bundle 4 and you're doing a creative writing assignment and you're getting some information from B4.1, the American Yacht, chapter 18, the progressive era interactive book. That's so if you're writing a quote from somebody in the book or you're referencing some specific information within your short story, your journal entry, you'd want to follow that up with in parentheses where you got the information. I'm just looking for, yeah, I got the information from here. You're just letting me know, hey, I went through the material and I came up with this short story based on these sources. Does that make sense to everybody? Let me know if it does not. Okay. Now, the primary sources are available within the creative writing assignment folder right here. So you click that link and it will give you primary sources from chapter 14. Oh, and the link is, hopefully this gets fixed. It will get fixed. It's just a temporary glitch. But if that link was working, what it would do is give you a list of primary sources like newspaper clippings, speeches, journals from people that lived during this time period, right? Same with this, and same with this, and same with this. It'll get fixed. Everyone, they're probably doing some updates on the site. That's what's going on. So, you'll have time to do that. The first thing you're going to want to do for everybody is again bundle 1 for AC. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into the group projects. I might make a separate video in a couple of weeks, but I'll open this up. What you're going to do is you could work by yourself. What you're going to see in here, though, is it's going to say group size 2 to 3 people. So just take note of this in this orientation. Since this is an online class, I could see how a group project could be a nightmare in an online course. Typically, people take online courses because they have crazy schedules. You got families, you're working full time. Otherwise, you'd probably be here with us on campus. Uh, but if you'd like to work with other students, feel free to, up to only 3 students. And basically, what you're doing is creating a PowerPoint presentation and recording it. You'll send me the audio, the recording of it, and this is very easy to do. If you go to PowerPoint, um, you can do solo works for me. Cool, Marie. Then work solo. Um, so yeah, you'll complete those assignments. You'll want to write a handwritten summary of with some references in there. So just follow the instructions here, and I'll provide a link for that. And what's down here is basically, like I said, I wasn't going to go through this, but might as well. I'll create a separate link too for this just to underscore this. But this, what you're seeing here is the outline for what your PowerPoint presentation should cover, right? So you just follow that, you go to the chapter, and you create a PowerPoint presentation. There will be a sign up sheet for this that I'll provide later. So we don't have too many people duplicating it. Sometimes that might be necessary to duplicate, meaning another student is going to also do this, but I don't want 30 people all doing chapter 14. So now this might be a challenge in an online environment, but I always like to make this available. I make this available to my face-to-face students, and I'll make it available to you. Um, if you're an artist, I always try to encourage the artists to express their art in history. And you don't want to do a PowerPoint presentation, then if you and make sure that you are, adept at this art form. You don't have to be a master at it, but you know how to paint or sculpt, um, whatnot, right? Um, it could be a performance too. That would be kind of interesting. You could do some sort of online performance. That would be and record it in some way. Um, and you can send that to me via Pronto, and we can go from there. That would be very interesting. Again, most students don't take me up on that, but when students do take me up on that, they're always really interesting. Um, Now, if you do want to, it would be like anything. Like if you ever go to an art exhibit, the painter just doesn't show you the painting, go, I painted this. Do you like it? Right? They explain what's in the painting, right? This painting represents the West. And what happened during the West is, and then you would explain, and you might want to touch on whatever the whatever's going on within that particular group project. Okay. This I'm gonna hide this. This is not gonna work for the online classes. Okay, so I meant to hide that before. Yeah, that's meant for my face-to-face classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. Okay, so let's go back here and take a look at this. Now, this is an incentive to complete your assignments early. If you complete bundle one for a C, bundle one for a B, bundle one for an A, 2 days prior to the deadline, and you document it, right? Put your name here, first and last, what this is for, the date you document it, and then this stuff is for me. You also want to let me know on Pronto 2 days, at least 2 days prior that you've done this, so I can go through the approval process and mark that if it's approved and how many tokens you earned. So if you earn a C for bundle one for a C, if you earn a complete for bundle one for a C 2 days prior to the deadline, which is September 24th, so that would be September 22nd. If you do that, you get one token. If it's for a B, then you get two tokens. It is for an A, then you get three tokens. And you want to document it here. You have to document it. If you miss the 2 day prior to the deadline, then you forfeit your claim to the tokens. I have to do that, otherwise it becomes unwieldy on my end. So document it, get a hold of me on Pronto and say, I documented it, and then I will go in by September 22nd and begin to approve those things to make sure that you indeed earn that and you earned your token. So what can you do with these tokens? Pretty cool, if I don't say so myself. Well, remember how those chapter quizzes or deep dive quizzes only have 2 attempts? Well, if you need another attempt, you can use your token to get another attempt, right? So it'll pay to do that. Um, those interactive books. So, like chapter 14, you have to listen to it. I get it. You might not want to do all of those interactive books. It's a lot of time. So you can, with 5 tokens for up to 3 interactive books, you can get a complete without having to do the interactive book, right? You just have to let me know. And then I see, okay, cool. You've got 5 tokens. And then I'll take your tokens away. And then I'll go to the grade book and I will type in complete. And then you don't have to do it. You can do that with one creative writing assignment. So this mainly applies to students intending to earn an A for the course. So there's 4 bundles. You have to do 4 of them if you're going to earn an A and earn a complete on them. And but if you don't want to do one of them, let me know on Pronto, and I will. And if you have 5 tokens, then I will take 5 tokens away, and you will get a complete without having to do one creative writing assignment. It only applies to one creative writing assignment. Now, I haven't talked about this, but I'll talk about this in just a second. The CCP events, up to 5 hours. So per event, 5 tokens, right? So let's talk about that in just a second here. And again, you can document, make sure this is linked correctly. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's the right one. I didn't make sure it wasn't from an earlier semester. Okay, good. Okay. So what is um this all about, this event thing? Where did the syllabus go? Here we go. Oh, that's the creative writing assignment. Copy. Oh, I lost I must have closed it out. Okay, let's go to the syllabus. Back to the syllabus. Okay, let's click that. So there's 3 options for this. So again, for oops, that was updated. Sorry, guys. Updated 12, 10, and 5. There we go. Okay. So for an A, you have to do 12 events. For a B, you have to do 10 events. And for a C, you have to do 5 events, which you can purchase up to 5 events with with tokens, right? So keep that in mind. Um, First option, I'm going to have a Zoom link available that I'll provide you, which is right here. So you click that link, and what that will take you to are my live classes. Here's the schedule for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and here is the schedule for Mondays and Wednesdays. And so you have to be there for the entire class. Uh, please do have your camera on. I want to make sure you're present and there, and feel free to participate. Please do participate. Um, my classes, it's very much discussion based. So that's one way of doing it. I get it. Even though I have a lot of available time slots here, not everybody's able to do that. So that's why there are 2 other ways of doing it. So attend an STC podcast scheduled to be announced. I host a podcast for South Texas College here. I will be sending out announcements for that. So if you attend that for its entirety, that can count as an event. And then STC presentations. So I give presentations here. My colleagues give presentations here. As those are scheduled, I will throw them out there. If you go, these are in person, so if you go, there'll be sign-in sheets, and then you want to take a picture of yourself with the presenter and send that to me, and you can get hours for that as well. Um, just to go back, okay, we can do them all at once. Like example, if we're trying to earn a B, attend all in one day. No, good question. No, it would be one per day. Because yeah, that wouldn't really make sense because then you would just be getting the same content um, in one day. But good question. I like the spirit there, Maria. Um, okay, so if you do want to attend the course, this is where you would go. If you're able to attend the course, you would put your name, the date, class topic. So, and some of these, this is a History 13.0 course. Some of these might be 13.01. whatever the class topic is, I'll make that very clear. We might be talking about Reconstruction. We might be talking about the American Revolution. So just top that in there. Um, the write down, this is like if what this is asking you to do, like this is my first class, or if this is your second class, then put two, or if this is your third class you've attended, put three, and this is for me to approve. Um, that is there for you. So that's the one option to do for your required grade. Again, going back to the syllabus, for an A, 12 events, for a B, 10 events, and for a C, 5 events. And again, you could purchase some of these events, so you don't have to do necessarily all of them. So if that is appealing to you, then just get your assignments in early. Basically, you earn a bundle one for a C. Again, just to reiterate, you get 1 token for a B, you get 2 tokens for an A, you get 3 tokens. Also, that applies to creative writing assignments. If you get your creative writing assignment in 2 days early before it is due, um, then you can earn a token there, right? So let me and why I put quotes around creative writing assignments, just to reiterate, the only assignments that I'm worried about are the assignments for the bundled assignments for a C. So just to go back to Blackboard, what you're going to notice is deadlines. This is due the 24th. So you want to get it done by the 22nd. You're going to notice that that's a deadline. All of these have deadlines. And even in these bundle, you're going to notice that there's deadlines here. These right here, to get the tokens, you have to get it done 2 days prior. But if you miss the deadline for bundle one for a B or bundle one for an A, I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to bug you. Um, just know that I encourage you to try to get them done around those deadlines so you're not snowballed at the end of the semester trying to get those assignments completed if your intention is to earn a B or an A. So if your intention is not to earn a B or an A, let me just really make sure that this is understood. I just want to earn a C in this class. If that's you, then once you've completed bundle one for a C, don't worry about this assignment and don't worry about this assignment. You don't have to worry about this assignment either. And then you can move on to bundle two, right? You can move, and then once you earn a C for bundle two, then you can move on to bundle three. And again, you want to verify that by always checking the grade book. Once bundle one for a C says complete, then you've earned a complete. Once bundle one for a B says complete, then you've earned a complete. Okay, Alondra says, just to clarify, if wanting to do bundle A, we'd have to complete all of the assignments from all of the bundles. So A, B, and C. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, just to show you what that looks like in real time, just to reiterate. So to earn an A in this course, want to make sure you get all the assignments here done, completed, all the assignments here completed, and all of the assignments here completed. In addition, you don't necessarily have to do this group project or to earn an A or a B, right? Every bundle, you'll notice, has a group project. So you get to choose. And I'll have a sign-in sheet that I'll post. Uh, I'll let you guys get more a little acclimated. So by next week, I'll put a sign-in sheet so you can sign up for this so we don't have too many repeats. But yeah, so maybe you don't do it for bundle one, but bundle two looks interesting to you. It's just for an A, you got to do 3 of them. For a B, you got to do 2 of them. And you could purchase one of those group projects with 5 tokens. Yeah, basically behind the scenes, you'll never see if it's an 80 or not within the grade book, but yeah, you have to earn an 80 for each assignment for it to move complete. And that also applies, that's a good question. Who's asking that? Marie, that's a good question. That also applies to going back to the grade book, to the bundled grades. So although it's recommended to earn a complete on every single assignment, so your bundle one for a C is complete, you don't necessarily have to. As long as bundle one for a C in the back end, you've earned an 80%, then you're going to earn a complete. So it just kind of depends on how you do on each assignment. if you're going to earn a complete by doing all of the assignments or earning complete on all of the assignments or most of the assignments or whatever the case may be. But if you're ever unsure, like you've done chapters for bundle 1 for C. I did chapter 14, 15, 16, 17. Um, how you can know for sure if you've earned it complete is to go to the grade book and look at this grade column. Once this says bundle 1 for C says complete, you're done. Move on to the next, whatever that is for you. All right. So only one group project. So not necessarily, Ashley. There are 4 bundles, right? Let me close this out so you can see it. Each one of these bundles has a group project folder, and within those group projects, there are a number of options, 2 to 3 options. For for an A for the entire semester, you need to do 3. For a B, you have to do 2. It can come from any of these bundles, right? So you don't have to do all of the group projects, right? That would be madness. And that would be very mean of me to do that to you. You have to do 3 for an A, 2 for a B, none for a C. Okay, I think that is about it. Any questions whatsoever, points of clarification? And what clarification means is I think I get this. I just want to make sure I get it. Yeah, Marie, if you took, yeah, you did take me for 1301. You'll notice some of there's been some changes, but the structure of the bundles is the same. The tokens are the same. Excuse me a second. Okay. Can we use tokens to complete a group project? Right. Yes, you can. So if you're ever unsure about that, within where you document your tokens, you'll see this link here. I'll put it in the chat so you have it for your reference. Oh, it's not letting me participate in the chat for some crazy reason. Oh well, it's not letting me chat, but anyway, this is what, yeah. So, oh, it didn't make it in here. Yeah, there will be an op. Okay, I'll put that in here. It's not in there right now. For 5 tokens, I will update this PowerPoint here. You can get out of one group project. So thank you, Gavin, for asking that, and thank everybody else. Thank everyone else. Thank Gavin for asking that. That was a shortcoming on mine, and I was meant to be in there, but it's not in there. So for 5 tokens, you can also get out of one group project. So again, what are these tokens for? Uh, they are there to incentivize getting to these assignments early. I've taught online courses, and that is the biggest hurdle for students is they wait until the last minute and they end up not completing the course. So I throw this incentive in there, and then you can use that incentive to get out of some of the major writing majors. I'm sorry, to make sure I understand, we claim tokens if we completed a bundle 2 days prior to the deadline. Yes, exactly, Amanda. We'd have to let you know. Yes, and you do need to let me know. Let me know. That's both helpful and required. That way, one, I don't miss it, and two, there's not people kind of doing it after the fact, right? And I it just gets unwieldy if I allow students to do it after the fact. So you guys need to be proactive in documenting when you get it complete and letting me know so I can verify it. All right. If there are no other questions, if there are, let me know. But if there are not, that's all I have at this point. So again, oh, let me make sure I don't forget this. Oh, shoot. That's so crazy. I can't. Why am I not allowed to meeting group chat? Okay. All right. Just that was unclicked. Okay. Let me get the sign-in sheet here. Just put your first and last name as it's posted in Blackboard. So if you have a nickname, use your legal name, please, so I can identify you real quick. And so what I'm going to do with this is give you, once I have the orientation recording processed and posted to the class, that's the second link is the sign-in sheet. Um, I will mark the orientation complete, and then you will have access to bundle one and get started with the course. And once this is, for those that are not in the Zoom call and are watching this, yeah, you will not have access to bundle one once the recording is processed and posted to Blackboard, the interactive orientation book.
Sir,
So, oh,
question.
say again?
Sorry, I do have a question. So
Yeah.
for the sign in, you're gonna open that link right now?
Which assignment?
The sign in?
Oh, yeah, I already posted it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, check the chat. It's the second link. I just posted
Okay.
the. Okay, good. Thanks for
I'll see
asking.
you there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Make sure everybody's clicking that second link just in case you're having problems. If you're on your phone, sometimes you're not able to type your name in. So if that's the case, let me know, and then I could plug in your information, your first and last name on my end. So if you haven't opened that link up, please open that link for the sign-in sheet now. Nora Rojos. All right, Nora, I'm going to put you in. Anybody else?
Mine's not letting me, sir. I don't know if it's because I'm driving.
No problem. If you could type your name into the chat if you're having problems signing into the sign-in sheet, and then I'm just going to copy and paste and put your name in there.
Thank you.
Okay, Rosanna already did it. Elizabeth Ruiz. Let me see if I can copy her link right there. Yeah, it's a little easier in a full semester, Maria, that's for sure. Summer school's crazy. Okay, Elizabeth looks like she was having trouble. Yeah, summer school's crazy. I took summer school courses. Yeah, they were nuts. I mean, it's nice to get it out of the way, but man, um, there's no, you start the course already behind, right? Here you have a little more room, but yeah, even though you have some room, be proactive in getting your assignments done. It makes towards the end of this, if because really pay attention to this if you guys are still there. Um, the way I have structured this course, you can get this course done as quickly as you want to or are able to. So don't rush for rush sake, but understand that you have an opportunity to get a lot of this course done as early as you need to. I'm sure you're taking other courses. That might make the rest of the semester a little bit more manageable for those other courses. So I'm all for students completing my courses as quickly as possible. Yeah, if you've already signed in, you are definitely take off. I don't want to keep anyone later than I need to. So, and I'm going to take off in just a second here. Okay. Yeah, you too. I'm assuming Zoomer user is saying a blessed day, but if you're intending us to have a bleeding day, well, I'll take that too. Amanda Garza. Did I get you, Amanda Garza? No. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Going once, going twice. Ooh, shoot. Insert row below. There were a lot of folks here. Good. That's good. Making more just in case anybody needs another. That should be covering it, but in case anybody needs anything, sir, can you put my name, Jacqueline Analysis? Let me see if I can. It's a little hard to. Oh yeah, gotcha. I'm sure I didn't get you before. No, okay, good. Okay, gotcha. Bye, Jennifer. Take care. So yeah, take care, everybody. Unless, why does it keep doing that? Okay, everybody's got that. Okay, very cool, everybody. I'm gonna take off so the recording doesn't go too far for everybody who is watching this. All right. And if you do have remaining questions after this orientation, that's what Pronto is for. Please do get a hold of me there. I will respond as quickly as I'm able to. And again, if I don't, if a day goes by, give me a dope slap and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Take care.